welcome Abijoma Onyato tonight. Strike order by Academic Staff Union of Universities witnesses near total compliance. Obafemi Awolowo University Ile-Ife remains open. Members of Concerned Nigeria Group led by entertainer Charlie Boy attacked in Wuse Market, Abuja during protests over President Buhari's continued absence. Boko Haram strikes in Borno just as Nigerian Army launches its specially trained mobile strike teams in the northeast. And Sierra Leone's president appeals for urgent aid for thousands of people displaced by mudslides and flooding in the capital.
On business news tonight, Nigeria's Ministry of Finance plans to establish office for whistleblowers in efforts to support the war against corruption. While on sports news, Real Madrid star Cristiano Ronaldo, Barcelona playmaker Lionel Messi, and Juventus goalkeeper Gianluigi Buffon make 2016-17 UEFA Best Player Award final shortlist.
And from Abuja, All Progressives Grand Alliance picks Governor Willie Obiano as party's flag bearer in the November 18 Anambra State governorship poll.
We begin tonight with the highlights of a strike action called by the leadership of the Academic Union of Universities, ASUU. Compliance with the directive appears almost total across the country, except for schools like the Obafemi Awolowo University, Delta State University, and the University of Ilorin that have defied the order. ASUU is demanding that the federal government fulfill its 2009 agreements and the 2013 Memorandum of Understanding reached with the union. Our correspondent Olu Phillips reports.
The industrial action by the Academic Staff Union of Universities is taking its toll on various institutions. Bayero University in Kano, northwest Nigeria, is almost a shadow of itself. Schoolwork is on a halt, which is almost beginning to impact the business community.
We don't have any business center outside the school, so we don't know what's we're going to do.
Totally, I think there is no hope because we don't know when the strike will be called off. We don't know the first sitting. We don't know anything about it. So please, we want the federal government and the ASUU to please consider us.
In Cross River State South region, students of University of Calabar are seen working about the premises. They are not sure when this stalemate will be resolved, but they want it speedily done so and without reservations. Still in the South region, the order fell on an empty school in Delta State University. The institution is on break and has also said it will not be joining when it eventually resumes.
We are not condemning ASUU in their ongoing strike, but it is important to state here that Delta State University is not on strike.
Down southwest region of the country, the winds seem to have blown quietly into the University of Ibadan. A calm atmosphere, a toned-down academic activity, all in the wait of the outcome of the Congress, which may possibly announce total compliance.
We are ready for as long as it will take government to implement the agreement and the MOU.
Well, Obafemi Awolowo University, still in southwest region, is invariably saying, count us out, maybe for now, owing to the examinations that commenced sometime this week and will last till September.
We'll complete the exam. If at all there will be anything, if at all we have to go on board, it will have to be after the exam.
The University of Lagos had a dramatic start. While many went about their businesses early in the day, that came to an abrupt end from midday when the school's chapter of ASUU rose from a meeting to declare full support and compliance. They quickly marched to the multipurpose hall where a conference was already in session, effectively joining the strike action.
The implication is that in this university, the strike is total, comprehensive and indefinite. The meaning of that is that there's no lecture, there's no marking of any, there's no examination, there's no meeting, there's no anything, no academic activities, no conference, no workshop, no seminar, no supervision, total, comprehensive and indefinite.
I don't want it to hold because we are having exams very soon and it's
it's better we just finish the exams so that we can just go on holiday instead of having to postpone and postpone and postpone.
Let's take a little peep at some of the demands. They are demanding funds for revitalization of the university system. Already, that is in a 1.3 trillion arrears spanning 6 years. Payment of a standing balance of earned academic allowances, registration of Nigerian Universities Pension Management Company, fractionalization and non-payment of salaries, among others. Since the call by the leadership of ASUU went forth, academic activities have reduced across the nation's university. It will really be a busy period for the Ministry of Labour, Education and representatives of ASUU. Olu Phillips, Channels Television News.
In the meantime, the federal government has asked the Academic Staff Union of Universities to suspend its ongoing industrial action in the interests of the nation. And that appeal is coming from the Minister of Labour and Productivity, Dr. Chris Ngige, in a statement signed by the Deputy Director of Press in the Ministry. According to Dr. Ngige, ASUU did not follow due process in the declaration of the industrial action, as it did not give the federal government the mandatory 15 days notice before embarking on the strike. He, however, appealed to the striking lecturers to return to the negotiating table, as all the necessary ingredients for a fruitful dialogue have been put in place. Now let's get a bit more perspective on this issue. I'm being joined on the news at 10 tonight by the Honourable Minister of Labour and Productivity, Dr. Chris Ngige. He joins me from Abuja. Thank you so much for joining us on the news at 10.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, we do understand that you've been in talks all day to try to resolve this particular issue. Yes, we have heard that you've asked for a suspension of the strike action, but just tell us, where do things stand right now, since we have you here tonight?
Well, thank you. The issue at stake has to do with the old collective bargaining agreement the federal government had with ASUU. And as ASUU will tell you, we have moved forward from that 2013 MOU. The things they're talking about were contained in a collective agreement again that they had in 2009. So 2013 they had an MOU. Federal government paid some money, 30 billion. And this is for revitalization of the university system. Now, thereafter, there was an agreement again last December in the National Assembly, which was supposed to kickstart a forensic auditing of that previous 30 billion. And the forensic auditing was to last for 6 months. In the meantime, within that 6 month span, the government was supposed to be giving them about 1.5 billion every month to enable them to revitalize the structure. Now, for some administrative reasons, the forensic auditing did not kick off. So that also meant that that 1.5 billion was not paid monthly. ASUU also now put up some other demands, but most of those their demands are within the purview of the Babalaki Committee, which was an offshoot of the agreement they had in the National Assembly. You know, in labor parlance, you do what is called conciliation and a collective bargaining agreement. Any agreement is collective bargain, CBA. A CBA can be renegotiated at any time on the asking by any of the parties. So what has happened is that within the Babalaki Committee, ASUU did not inform us appropriately that the Babalaki Committee is failing them, because they should have come back to the Federal Ministry of Labour and Employment and complain. And when they complain, what we normally do in such a situation is that we bring everybody back to our own negotiation table in the ministry. And from there, we will see what is going wrong and what is not going wrong and what is right, and make amends, the necessary amends. So it came to me as a surprise that I got their letter Monday, which is yesterday, the 14th, and it was dated 13th, and they informed me that they have already gone on strike. That's why I'm appealing to them and saying, you have not followed the due process of labor laws
well, it's
for industrial disputes.
It's interesting that
you must
say,
give us 15 days.
Yeah, it's interesting that you say...
Sorry?
I'm just trying to say to you that it's interesting you say you just got the letter, but when we spoke with the president of ASUU yesterday, he had said that they've written a series of letters, and one of the reasons they embarked on the strike is that they've been ignored for over about 8 months, I think he said.
Well, that's another issue. They have done those letters to the Ministry of Education. It's only one letter that we just saw today that ASUU did to my own ministry in July, just this July, end of July. That is only one letter that they did to us, saying that some of these issues have not been properly handled. Yes, we agree. 1 or 2, 3 of them have not been properly handled. But if they have given us the opportunity, we would have brought them all back. But be that as it may, in my statement, I said I don't want to apportion blames. The important thing is for the lecturers to go back to school and start teaching. I like teachers. I respect my teachers. If I didn't have teachers teaching me in medical school, I wouldn't be where I am today. I wouldn't have been a medical doctor. If I didn't even have teachers teaching me in primary school, I mightn't have gone to secondary school. So teachers are to be respected. But they also have a responsibility as teachers to their own students. This is exam period. And people are going to take their degree exams. People are going to take their promotional exams. I mean, this is a very wrong time for them to embark on this. So appealing to them to go. And on the part of the government, we have been meeting since morning. I couldn't go to a meeting in the presidency. The Minister of Finance, the Minister of Education, and the Attorney General attended that meeting. And from that meeting, the crystallization, what came out from it, that's why I'm telling them that the necessary ingredients to encourage them to go back to their work is there, and that this will make for resolution. We have called for further meetings. I met with ASUU this afternoon on even Kogi State government ban on ASUU in Kogi State University. One aspect. Then these other national issues. So we try to look at all the issues holistically, but by Thursday, by tomorrow, government will start some positive rapprochement with them, and I expect them to reciprocate. Even as I speak now, they're supposed to be meeting with the Minister of Education on another in another venue on the same issue. He will now tell them what government has proposed, and by the time we come on Thursday, we'll finalize everything. We need them to go back to school. Some of us have our children in Nigerian school. I don't have my children abroad, so we should be concerned. And I know many parents who have their children in here should also be concerned.
All right, thank you so very much to the Minister of Labour and Productivity, Dr. Chris Ngige, for sharing your thoughts and joining us on the news at 10 tonight.
Thank you. Thank you.
And in part 2, after the break, court adjourns hearing on fundamental rights enforcement suit filed by a suspected kidnapper, popularly known as Evans. That's in a moment. Do stay with us.